All right, hello there. Welcome back to another wee bit of a video. After my week-long break, much needed break in all honesty, I felt a little overworked. I feel definitely rejuvenated now that I'm back, and I'm excited because today's video gonna look into Kombat Pack 2 wishlist for Mortal Kombat 1. Now, I'd be surprised if you're clicking on this video and you don't know what Kombat Pack 1 already is. It's Homelander, Peacemaker, Omni-Man, Ermac, and Takeda. Those are the 5 characters. So in this wish list for Mortal Kombat 1, I know that we're obviously getting ahead of ourselves, but this is really just a video just to see like what could be, you know, like again, most of these characters probably won't be on Kombat Pack 2, or even if there's a 3 or whatever the case may be, but it's a wish list for a reason, man. Like you can only hope, you can only wish that this comes to fruition. Now, I'm going to keep the theme very similar to or I don't know if you call it the theme, but I'm going to keep the list very similar to Kombat Pack 1 in that you get 2 NRS characters and then 3 guest characters. So with my list, that's what I've done. I've done 2 NRS characters and 3 guest characters. If you're watching this video way ahead of time, understand that any character I say for Kombat Pack 2, the roster hasn't been fully revealed. So if one of these characters is on the base roster, well, I'm making this video before that they're announced. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into the list. Drumroll please for number 1. Ezio from Assassin's Creed. Now this one, I don't think could happen. I just feel like it'd be extremely far-fetched, which is why I'm saying it first. But how cool would it be to have Ezio from Assassin's Creed in a Mortal Kombat game? Like the Assassin's approach into a game like Mortal Kombat would be almost unreal. Like it'd be hard to pull off, yes, but the mini knife or the assassin's knife would be amazing for combos, right? You can do a command grab, hit him with that kind of stuff. Plus there's all kinds of weapons in the Ezio games. There's all kinds of outfits, so there would be no shortage of outfits, and the combos really could be endless because for one, super athletic parkour, like maybe you have him interact with off stage like things. Again, that's getting way ahead of myself, right? But you don't even have to do that, right? You just have to make it work in a sense of the mini assassin's blade got to be badass. Maybe give him a sword. I don't know, dude. It's just like I'm getting way ahead of myself on that one, but it's an amazing thought in my opinion, because I mean, if you're familiar with Assassin's Creed, you're familiar with Ezio because he is really the most main character, I'd say. I mean, he has 3 games to himself, so yeah, it's pretty freaking cool. The fatalities could be like when he kills those people and puts them like in the vision, you know. It could be, you know, some cool, or the vision. I don't know how to describe it. It's like when he's killing someone, but that someone's laying in his arms as he's talking to them, putting them to their deathbed, basically. Anyway, it's gonna be a tall order, but it'd be cool. On to number 2. Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil franchise. Now this one I don't think could happen because I don't know if Capcom would be willing to give a character to NRS for their use in a fighting game, but it's a wish list, and Leon Kennedy would be just fucking awesome. I mean, if you're familiar with the Resident Evil franchise, Resident Evil 2, you know, Raccoon City, Leon is a survivor, and you have to work your way through the police. What's the term I'm looking for here? The police department, the police location. What's the word I'm looking for? The precinct? Sure, let's just call it the precinct. Anyway, you have to work your way through all of that, solve all kinds of puzzles, and then fight all kinds of zombies. And then in Resident Evil 4, he learns like some more hand-to-hand combat. You can do some next level shit with that. I mean, really, he would be perfect for a Mortal Kombat game, in my opinion. In terms of range, he's got a gun. He could just use the pistol, maybe a shotgun or whatever, because in the Resident Evil games, he uses all kinds of weapons. But now that he knows hand-to-hand combat, he could easily be in a Mortal Kombat game, throwing hands, doing all kinds of kicks. You know, he had that fighting scene in Resident Evil 4 with Krauser, so it'd be really cool to see him in a Mortal Kombat game. It's a tall order, but it is a wish list. But let's go on to number 3, a more realistic, much more realistic pick. Drumroll, please. Noob Saibot. Noob Saibot, to me, is a character who I've adored since MK9. Granted, I first saw him in MK9, but from the moment I saw him, I thought this guy's move list capabilities could really just be endless. Like, he has a double, and with that double, he can do so much in today's technology, in today's, I'm pretty sure MK1 will be 120 FPS, 120 FPS. Like, it would just look so clean. I just love the visual effects that they have onto this game, especially what they've done with people like Kenshi. So I'm thinking with the visual effects with Noob Saibot, it could be so crazy. And the creativity of the team, especially that they did the black hole with Liu Kang. Imagine the creativity they could do, again, with someone who essentially has like a shadow clone. So it's super badass. I'm super excited for them to obviously do all the rest of the ninjas. But Noob Saibot, who would that be? Because we know Kuai Liang is now Scorpion and Bihan is Sub-Zero. So who's going to be Noob Saibot? Is it going to be Hanzo Hasashi? Sorry if I'm talking too fast. I'm getting really excited about the just the thought of it. But dude, Noob Saibot in MK1 would be fucking sick. Oh man, I would go crazy for something like that. Anyway, getting on to character number 4. Drumroll again, please. This one's an unpopular opinion, but we got Kung Jin. Now, I know some of you are like, Kung Jin, why would you want him back? And some of you are like, oh, that's unexpected. And then the very small portion of you are like, oh, yes, you totally agree. And the reason why I love Kung Jin is because of his freaking arrows and what he can do with that. I mean, you got the blue arrow and from MKX that can stun. You got the fire arrows that can do, obviously, fire damage. And you got the arrow that can take away meter. On top of that, if you use part of his other variations, he's got the little frisbee thing. I don't know. I think it's called a chakram or something like that. That would be badass. He is another one of, what's the Shaolin monks. He is a Shaolin monk, so you can kind of also go more into that space. And all in all, I don't know any other character, at least at the top of my head, that I can think of in the Mortal Kombat universe that uses a bow and arrow the way Kung Jin does. Like, I genuinely don't know. But he is a combat kid that got left out of MK11 along with Takeda. But they're bringing back Takeda in Combat Pack 1. Kung Jin Combat Pack 2 would be pretty freaking sick. Kung Jin along with Takeda and Ermac. More so Takeda and Ermac were my mains in MKX, but Kung Jin was one of the characters I used the most in MKX, and I would love to see him in MK1. I really, really, really would. Again, visual effects for him with what they could do with the bow and arrow effects. Oh man, that'd be so badass. But anyway, we've gone through 4. I'll remind you of the 4. We got Ezio from Assassin's Creed. That one I'm hopeful on. Leon Kennedy, again, unrealistic but hopeful. Noob Saibot, Kung Jin, I feel like okay. Fair enough. This one I feel like is somewhat realistic, and let me explain why. Drum roll, please. Black Adam. Now, I know that's kind of random, but let me explain why I think that's even remotely realistic. NRS is owned by Warner Bros. Warner Bros. Is what gave NRS the agreement to say, hey, you can have Joker and MK 11. Well, they also said that okay for Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe, and there was a ton of DC characters that they had in the Mortal Kombat game. Granted, the heroes didn't do fatalities, but the Mortal Kombat characters did, and the evil DC characters did, and someone who's an anti-hero who would fit that mold perfectly, right? Gruesome fighting, you know what I mean? Is Black Adam. Black Adam would be perfect in a Mortal Kombat game, in my opinion. He's similar to Superman. He's got that similar build to like Homelander, like, again, build wise, but he just, with the way he is and how ruthless he is and how strong he is and all the lightning abilities he could do, I feel like he'd be fucking perfect for a Mortal Kombat game. And Warner Bros. Has the rights to DC. Like, it just screams to me perfection. Like, it would go well. The only reason why I don't see it happening, for one, is if they're not interested. But other than that, is if Warner Bros. Is like, well, Black Adam movie didn't do too great. We're going a different direction in our universe anyway. So why would we do a Black Adam character for Mortal Kombat? That's the way I see that going. If they didn't want to, but I mean, if I feel like the fans would be really cool with that. Like, who would not be cool with Black Adam going into the Mortal Kombat universe and being ruthless as fuck with all these lightning moves? Like, Jesus, man. Strong as hell, can fly, so has some like floating kind of game, and there's already aerial combos in the game. So imagine an aerial combo from someone who can actually fly. Like, even then, Homelander, like, imagine his aerial combos. It's going to be unreal. So Black Adam for me would be fucking amazing. But that is your list. 2 of the 5 I feel like are unrealistic, and Ezio and Leon Kennedy. Those are, I really hope so. That'd be really cool someday. I doubt it, but it's a wish list. Noob Saibot, Kung Jin. I feel like Noob Saibot's realistic. Kung Jin, not so much. And Black Adam's just an idea I'm throwing out there. Like, I mean, y'all have access. I feel like it's just more of a, do you want to do it? Is it the right time marketing wise? Because again, Black Adam movie. It's not like they're not going forward with that universe. So it is what it is. But as always, I appreciate you guys for watching. That is my Kombat Pack 2 wish list. 2. We'll see moving forward if the game goes really successful and they maybe get to do a Kombat Pack 3. Maybe we'll do a Kombat Pack 3 wish list. But anyways, I appreciate you guys for watching. This is I'll Even Different. We've been different. And we out.